All right, Jonathan, what do we have for this week in tech? And just so everyone knows, we're actually covering 2 weeks, only because we skipped 1 week because you are moving
Yep.
and you're at a new undisclosed location,
New background.
new background. What do we have?
So, we can start with April 12th. Who in the world is Ronald Wayne?
Who is Ronald Wayne? One of the 3 co-founders of Apple Computers.
Wow. Okay.
He leaves the company 11 days after it was established, selling his percent for $800. Do you think this guy is now sitting in his backyard with a mortgage payment at his age, wondering, is like, damn, if I would have just put up with Steve Jobs a little bit longer,
He must have he couldn't handle Steve Jobs then, huh?
I'll tell you, Steve Jobs had one of those. You ever watch Big Bang Theory?
Mhm.
You know who the character Sheldon is?
Yeah.
He's a difficult character to, if that was really him in real life, it'd be a pretty difficult personality to handle. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like one of those people that you just kind of like, yeah, that's just Sheldon, and I feel like Steve Jobs was that personality. It's like you just had to know him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you were going to hate him because you just didn't understand him. I know I watched the couple of movies that came out about him. And when I watched the first movie, I thought, man, it's like Steve Jobs. Come on, please. What's with the attitude, But then I watched the second one. And the second one, I realized is like, this was just him. It's like he wasn't intentionally a bad person. It was just his personality. And it was just one of those that, yeah, I mean, you just had to either like him the way he was or not deal with him. So, but man, look at this. In 1982, a 10% share of Apple Computer was worth $1.5 billion. It's a little bit short of the 800, huh? I mean, in 2010, 22 billion. Man.
Wow.
That is crazy, crazy. Well, sorry, Ronnie. It's, I don't know. I mean, kind of makes you think about opportunities, It's like missed opportunities. Something to think about. All right. Who's next?
Let's go over to April 13th. Metallica loses their control.
Loses their cool.
Oh, they're cool.
What do you know about this?
Not much. I don't think I remember. I remember Napster.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Metallica sued Napster. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Napster was I don't know why Napster would try to capitalize on piracy. Napster's model was peer-to-peer sharing. And they said, we're not endorsing piracy. We're just facilitating file sharing from peer-to-peer. But the number one thing that people would use Napster for is to pirate MP3s, And because they were a company, they can be sued. They were susceptible to lawsuits. And Metallica, man, they pulled all the stops and they took them. I think they took them all the way to Congress, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Or they just sunk them so deep in legal red tape that they had no choice but to just shut them down. I mean, Napster just shut down
Yeah.
and they filed for bankruptcy. Yeah. But the thing with Metallica now is because they came after Napster so strongly. A lot of people are afraid to even mention the name Metallica on anything, even like YouTube videos. It's like they'll monitor whenever the word Metallica comes up because they're thinking, well, Metallica came after Napster pretty heavy. You know, like we don't want them to go after anybody else. So let's see what it is that they're sharing. So yeah, you'll have like musicians that do cover songs. Metallica, they stay away from them. They will not even cover any Metallica songs or anything like that. So
Yeah, Metallica must have some pretty good lawyers.
well, the thing is that I mean, Dr. Dre joined the lawsuit, and then the RIAA, they, you know, they're an organization and they joined as well. So yeah, I mean, these people were hit. I would say that these people were hit with a sledgehammer is an understatement. They were like hit with a wrecking ball that just took the company down. So yeah. What else do we have that's interesting?
Let's see. On April 15th. Oh yeah, you
April
pick
15.
one. You could pick one.
April 15, the PC industry is born.
What does that mean?
So this was a West Coast Computer Fair, was held over 3 days in San Francisco, attended by 12,750 people. Oh, this is when they debuted the Apple II computer.
Wow. Imagine 3 days of just computer talk.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
That's fun. I wonder if that is still going on. West Coast Computer Fair?
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
Is that Cora in the background?
Yeah.
What else do you see that's interesting this week?
This week, we've been talking a lot about Osborne. Executive introduced the April 18th.
Osborne. Remind me again, what is Osborne? Oh yeah.
The first laptop.
That's right. The first portable computer. Yes. This is the Osborne Executive. Not just any Osborne, but this is the Osborne Executive. Not sure what the difference is. Maybe the weight.
The weight. People could carry it around more.
I don't know. That's pretty crazy. That's right. I remember the Osborne. We talked about it. April 20th.
Windows 98. Whoa.
What do you remember about? What was the earliest version of Windows you remember?
I think I remember Windows XP, and that's it.
Windows XP, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were too young to remember my Windows 95 machine, huh?
Yep. That's that's way too early.
So this whole thing on Windows 98 was Windows was still in beta. They weren't they release, you know how they release cars like in September, October of the prior year? The Windows operating system was always released September, October of that current year. You know, so Windows 98 wasn't released until like September, October. I forget exactly what, but they never released it like before the year. But they were doing a demo, and they had tested this feature over and over in order to make sure that things were working. And so every time they would plug in something, they were like, yep, it works. It works. You know, this demo is going to go without a hitch. And when they went to go demo, Bill Gates was just to the, I don't know if you can see the picture. Bill Gates was just to the left of that guy, or to the guy's right or left. And they go to plug in a printer or something when USB was first debuting. And so they're like, yeah, Windows 98 is going to be ready for USB when it gets released, all this good stuff. And they go to plug it in and it blue screens on them. They get the blue screen of death. I'm not sure if I'm thinking about the right story, but I heard that there was a memory leak and some kind of buffer overrun or something happens where it would work. The machine would work every time you plug in that printer. When you reboot the machine, you could plug in the printer maybe 3 or 4 times before it would blue screen because of the memory leak. And so then that memory leak or writing to wrong memory bits or something would then cause a problem. And I'm not 100% sure, but the thing is that they tested it right before the demo. They're like, yeah, it's working. And they would unplug it and they would replug it in and like, yes, it's working. And what happened was that they didn't reboot the machine before they went out there because they were worried, don't reboot it, just take it out there, plug it in. It's working great right now. And when they go to plug it in, the bug kicks in. So, but what was funny about this presentation is that Bill Gates, he kind of just shrugged it and played it off. And he's like, oh, this is why Windows 98 is still in beta, huh? So yeah, that was a pretty significant demo, never gotten forgotten.
All right. And April 23rd, the first YouTube video.
What?
Whoa.
What year? 2005.
Me at the zoo. Wow. No way. My co-founder.
Jawed Karim. Karim, yeah.
Wow.
And they actually say the video was actually pretty dumb. That sucks. For trying to present an idea, I guess that is a pretty dumb thing. And lucky for him, there was people that had creativity and they knew the potential of YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's when people started, uploading their content and stuff. And eventually got bought out by Google. Pretty cool. A crazy day for Apple on April 24. What happened on this day? On the same day in 1984, Apple introduces the Apple IIc computer, announces Mac sales number, and discontinues the Apple III line. The Apple IIc was Apple's first attempt at portable computers. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. That's nowhere near portable. Come on, Osborne, think Osborne, Was there no mouse on this computer?
How weird.
I don't think there was a mouse, huh? That's crazy. What else we got? Do you Yahoo? April 25th, 1996. When were they? I thought we had something on Yahoo. Oh, we had a birthday on Yahoo's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was a co-founder. Begins advertising on its web-based search service on national television. Do you Yahoo? You don't remember those commercials, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah?
Those are old.
Oh man, that's cool. All right.
That's crazy that Yahoo actually had commercials too.
Yeah, they did. Oh, look at this. Yet another hierarchical officious oracle. A backronym? I've never heard of the word.
That sounds, what? Did they just make it up?
An acronym deliberately formed from a phrase whose initial letters spell out a particular word or words, either to create a memorable name or a fanciful explanation of the word origin. I have never heard of the word backronym. That is interesting. You know what was the story that I heard?
What is it?
The story I heard was that they looked at the dictionary and they looked at the word Yahoo. And Yahoo's definition was, let's do it again.
Maybe in Chinese or something.
You're not being racist, are you?
No, that's not.
There's a Chinese person on the screen, for goodness sake. Oh man, now I'm curious. I don't know. That was a story I heard, but apparently it's an acronym, a backronym. Sorry, it's not even an acronym; it's a backronym. I wonder why they call it. Why they came up with the word backronym? I guess backronym means like we're going back to a real word, because Yahoo is a real word.
Maybe that's so weird.
That's kind of cool though. All right, well, that's it for this week in tech.